Does anyone else make Monte Cristos after Christmas? The process has begun. I'm about halfway through. By the way, when getting fish, you want to get the net, you go from the bottom and up. If you chase them around left to right, you're going to be chasing forever. I was going to tell the girls at the fish store that. About halfway done now. Look at their shell differences. That one's got big teeth. That one's got a split in it. I don't know if I want to let these guys in the new tank. Although the goldfish eat them, so that's why there's only big ones right now. They've been eating the small ones. Bloop. Bloop. Okay, so I already got my fish transferred, and I like this aesthetic, so it lets me know I'm on the right course for what I want for my bigger tank. Now, I'm making this video because a lot of people don't really think of what it takes to take care of fish. I see statues like that with 5 goldfish bigger than these in them. And I'm not perfect. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Next, I'm going to put the filter on there so they're comfortable for a few hours while they're in there. It's going to be like 24 hours. And then I'll get their old 30-gallon set up, again, on top of my desk. And get them and their plants transferred in there so they can be a little more comfortable until I get the bigger one set up. Which, again, it's going to take a long time because I have to wait for plants to get established, the water to even out. I'm going to try to save a lot of water out of this. I use some water out of it to fill the other one up. But you can see, like, the problems I have in the back where detritus and stuff builds up. A lot of different algae. The snails aren't helping. Yeah, they don't eat their food. And the thing is, like, I get a lot of buildup in the corners and whatnot. Originally, this was supposed to be a black water tank for bettas, and, well, betta. And it did really well for him for a long time, but, like, my original idea was for it to look like I took a square body of water from around here, and I did that, and I loved it. But the cleaning was not good enough, so we're going to have something with more flow. Like, it's going to be like this, sand on the bottom, some plants, real easy to clean. And yeah, I know their tank was bad, that's why I'm doing this. And it was at where I needed to clean it. That's why I started doing it today. I was waiting until it got there. Now, I'm just going to give them a little food right now to help them calm down. And I'll get their filter set up. Now, these bug bites. I do a mix of the tropical and the gold. If you want them to fall, sprinkle them on and give a little toop. Of course, I've washed my hands. Okay, I got their filter going so they can be as comfortable as possible for the short time they have to be in here. This is actually my sick tank. Like, you know, I've had fish get sick before. I'd put them in here to try to save them. A lot of times you get them from the pet store, they have minor issues. And they grow over time. Like, the betta I was talking about got a big tumor on it. And, well, he had a bit back anyways from the breed. I just cannot buy bettas from the store anymore. I can't support that. I don't want to be a fish abuser. And again, I know I'm probably doing something wrong, but I'm trying my best. They're going to get a big-ass 60-gallon tank. That's all that's going to be in there. Some people might be wondering what the mosquito fish for, and they're actually a breeding food source for the goldies. They eat the fry, they eat the snails. Everything in here is balanced like my natural ecosystem. The goldfish are fulfilling the role of carp. By the way, their names. The big red one is Tempura, which is why I always name my Gyarados. The one with the mustache is Gary, and the little Goldie is Magi. Do you believe in magic in a young fish carp? Magic, magic, carp, carp, magic, magic, carp. What? Magic, magic, carp, carp, magic, magic, carp. So I went ahead and added the hornwort because, well, I need my big bucket to get the wood out and to move rocks and to move stuff. I gotta move the rocks, and then I gotta put the wood in there. I gotta drain the water. I gotta do everything. I'm gonna need the bucket, is my point. I'm gonna wait till I get the water out to try to get a lot of these snails and Java moss. Oh, by the way, this stuff, hornwort, is great filtration. On the outside, it's kind of reflecting my overall vision for my next tank. I hope y'all are excited to see what happens. It's been a long time since I did this. The rocks are a pain to get out. I knew this would happen. I got the wood out because it has Java moss on it, giving it some water. There's still a fish in here. You can really see all the detritus now that's been built up. This is like, I think 3 years old this tank is. And all this was hidden under the rocks, so yeah, that's why they need a better tank. Okay, now all the fish are in here. This bucket's almost full. I figured you'd like to see this. A lot of the kids say it's so satisfying. Okay, so now that they calmed down, there's plants in there, and they seem moderately happy. Which is good. I want them to get used to their new scenery, too. As you can see, there's a lot of snails. I think I finally got them all. Just gonna let this set for a while, see if I see any movement, and then finally finish cleaning it out. The shit looks way worse now that there's not a bunch of stuff in there with cracks for it to hide in. That's why it was a problem. Like, I'd vacuum it, next day have to vacuum it again. Can't change the water out too much. It sucks I can't, like, re-release them because they're bigger than the ones in the wild now. Even though I got them from wild ones. So I feel like if I put them back, or I take them to a different water source, they're just going to die because they can't. Because they're too big to live in the environment, you know? As I was talking, I found a few more in a polycule. So I got some shells here. Don't worry, they're dead. So this is about how big they are in the wild. And this is one of the biggest that I got them to get. As you can see, they're 2, maybe 3 times the size. So they can definitely not fit in, or they're definitely getting more here than they would in the wild. I just found one even bigger. That's probably the biggest I've seen them get. I remember that one, he was El Guapo. See, he's like double the size of that, and that one's double the size of that. So I finally got it moved, and man, I haven't seen this in years. I did that when I was 13. It reflects my religious views at the time, when I thought the 3 Abrahamic religions joining was the only solution. Now I realize the impermanence of man could never let that happen. If they got a new one, they would all just freaking start making subdivisions and fighting about that. It's like Islam. Well, we want to follow the imams, and everyone's like, we want to follow his family. But I got the tank up here. Don't look good now. Gotta start filling it with water. And then let it set till the temperature comes. And I'll hook up all their power and their filter and their lights tomorrow. Hopefully get them in there. Okay, I got transferred. I got the wood in there because it's housing my Java moss. Some snails hitched a ride. And it's got a healthy light green glow. I'll let it settle. Let the temperature come to. Probably move the fish in there tomorrow. Probably going to cut this video short because it's getting a little long. But if you want to see more, I'll keep posting these. And for the people who are interested in my art videos, yeah, more of those come in Monday or Tuesday. Depends how quickly I get the video edited after I record it on Monday. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed this part of the journey with my fish. The next steps, of course, will be moving them to the big tank, moving all this to the big tank, setting up their power, and then clearing out this messy desk, putting it in my son's room, and setting up a stand and a new tank here. And man, that's going to take a long time. Especially when you put plants in there, you gotta give them like over a month to see how they affect the water.